My name is Maria Delilah Salamanca, and I am a Habitat for Humanity repairs recipient. We live in this house with my husband Ricky, my kids, Leilani and Derek. They're all grown up. We came from the Philippines in 1989. I worked for an insurance company for 30 years. My husband Ricky had a stroke in 2014. He lost his job because he's now wheelchair bound. We only have one income, which is me, and I had to stop working for about 6 months to take care of him. It was so much pressure with, paperwork, and then realizing that, dang, how am I gonna pay the mortgage? My kids are still small at that time. I'm all alone, no family close by, so the outlet I have is just to sit in the car while he's sleeping. I just sit in the car and cry. In 2019, my sister-in-law, Erlinda, retired from California and moved in here with us to help me take care of him. I told her, I really don't have much room. If you're okay to stay on the couch, that worked out fine. When Ricky had a stroke, obviously we needed a ramp because there's a one step to get in the house. My neighbor helped us build a ramp. He put a plywood in there. It's great, but it's just not wide enough. It's really scary because one slip and he could slip on the side. One day we saw the Rampathon plier, so I signed in, applied.
Rampathon is a program put on by Master Builders Association of King and Snohomish counties, building ramps for community members in need.
They called me on a Mother's Day. They said, yeah, we can work it out. I was just, oh my gosh, this is the best Mother's Day gift you gave me. I feel safer using the new ramp because it's wider and it's now had a handrail. They also noticed that the deck is rotting. They told me we have another program that might be able to help you. That's called Capable.
Capable is a program developed by Johns Hopkins University. It is a multidisciplinary approach to helping homeowners age in place. We're working with occupational therapists, registered nurses, and a handy worker, which is in our case Habitat, to work with homeowners to understand simple approaches to making big impacts in their home.
This is what Habitat did to the bathroom. The occupational therapist says it'll be easier if we put the door going out. They put lots of grab bars so Ricky can feel safe. They also raised the bed and the couch. They also provided us a foam mattress so Erlinda can sleep better. The crew is so nice and so caring. They treat you as a family, and that matters because it's hard out there. Ricky now has a little freedom. We enjoy the deck. He, I think, got uplifted. There's more laughter now. I want to express my deepest appreciation to Habitat. They really made our life better and given us a level of safety, comfort, and independence we didn't know was possible. To the donors, thank you so much for your support. You changed our lives for better. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ashley. I'm a Habitat homeowner, and I live here with my sons Noah and Aiden and our dog, Mr. Brown. Currently, I'm a recertification coordinator for a local housing organization. I love serving the community. I come from a small town in Alabama named Little River. I lived there until I was probably about 13, and then we had moved to New York. Unfortunately, my brother was at the store, wrong place, wrong time, and he ended up getting murdered 8 days after his 21st birthday. It was even hard to go back to the house because it was literally the bodega right across the street. So when I would look out the window every day and I would see those flowers and stuff out there, it was just a constant reminder. I had shut down. I refused to go to school, refused to leave out the house. And so we had moved back to Alabama. In 2008, I had my first son, Noah, and then in 2009, I gave birth to my youngest son, Aiden. I started thinking I need to get out of here. We were having drive-bys, something that I had never experienced, like even in New York. I felt like if I died, like who's gonna take care of my kids? Washington was not only a safe place, but like a place where we can move to and actually grow. When we first moved up here, we did live in an apartment. Every other week, something was breaking. We had an instance where it had flooded out. They had to pretty much gut the entire unit. We couldn't be transferred anywhere else, and we were also locked into a lease. I felt like we were held prisoner. We didn't have a toilet. In my second apartment, I didn't feel safe for me or my boys because there was multiple overdoses within the building. Domestic violence was common. They couldn't get any sleep because of screaming and arguing and all of this stuff from neighbors. I was talking to a coworker about how I would love to have a home, something I can make my own. And she was like, have you heard about Habitat for Humanity? I ended up going on a website. I submitted the paperwork. August, I started. December, I got the keys to the house. Having this Habitat home has erased so many fears for me, so much anxiety. The boys having a place where they can just go outside. We don't have trackers on our phones anymore because I'm confident that they're going to be safe. They've got their own room, something that they didn't have before. We've got a living room. Mr. Brown has more space, so it's awesome. I like to tell the donors thank you. Them donating and providing this affordable house to me is something I never thought was possible. So having that dream realized only motivates me to do more, and it incentivizes the boys to do more. I volunteer at the Habitat stores, and in June, me and Noah's gonna be volunteering at the new Habitat build just to give back and express our thanks. Good things are possible.
All right, let's go. Come on. I grew up on Mercer Island, got a great job right after college for a high-tech company. My husband and I had a great life. We bought a house down in Fremont, California, in the Silicon Valley, and had plans to have 3 kids. I started feeling symptoms. The next thing I knew, I was diagnosed with MS. We ended up moving back to Seattle and could no longer work. We had a daughter and 2 boys. Our firstborn was Cameron. He has cerebral palsy, and my life became about my child. My dream was to be the best mom I could be, and now I had 3 kids where family was complete. And then when they were still little, age 1, 3, and 5, my husband left me. So here I am with 3 kids, my disability income, and divorced. I didn't know what we were gonna do. I ended up getting a social worker, caseworker to help me find housing. And on her bulletin board, I saw this flyer for Habitat for Humanity. I put in 250 hours, took classes, and got a beautiful house in Bellevue where my 3 kids now have stable housing, and I don't have worries about places I'm gonna live.
Where do you think you'd be today if you hadn't found Habitat?
If I didn't find Habitat, I think I would have lost my kids because I wouldn't have had a home for them.